Welcome everyone for coming. My name is Ross McCready and I'm with 360 Vox Corporation, and I'm also representing Dundee Corporation. I'm very excited to be here today because Scott Menke with Paragon Developments and I just and our organization just signed our agreement. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But what I want to do at this point is, obviously many of you know Scott Menke with Paragon, Martin Buckner with IBM as the architectural team, and John Cahill as well with Paragon. A little brief thing, not many people know about 360 Vox. Many people obviously know about Dundee, but we are a global leader in real estate resort development. We operate in about 4 different continents. We've started here in Vancouver about 8 years ago, and today we employ just over 2,000 people in multiple resorts. We really do attract cutting-edge people. We look for the best developments, and we've been very focused on urban resorts, which is why it was so exciting to actually, instead of having to get on a plane, I can turn around and actually drive my car down the street and actually go to see what we are going to show you today is the next generation of resort here in Vancouver. At this point, if we can just roll the... I'm going to introduce, Scott Menke at this point.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you all for taking the time out of your day to come to what I think is a very good progression and exciting announcement for our project. When the City Council approved our relocation back in 2011, we listened very carefully to the questions, concerns, and suggestions that they laid out. Since then, we very carefully considered what we heard and have been looking for the right options so that we could continue the vision of an urban resort next to BC Place. In Vancouver's entertainment district, BC Place, tourism, the surrounding community, and most importantly for our employees. We needed to do that because we needed to get it right. The concept that we're here to share with you today meets all of those goals. The urban resort concept is very different than the casino resorts that many people think of, especially the ones in Las Vegas. We're designed to maximize the entertainment within the resort. This new Vancouver urban resort will maximize all the opportunities to feature Vancouver as the entertainment. All the reasons people already come here, and we encourage them to interact between all of the guests and surroundings, Granville Island, Stanley Park, museums, everything Vancouver has to offer. We look forward to working with all of you in the coming weeks, months, and years to make this a reality. The strong sense of community and opportunity are one of the reasons we think Vancouver is fantastic, the perfect place for us to continue with this vision. I'm also very excited to announce our partnership with Dundee Corporation and 360 Vox. Dundee Corporation, a storied Canadian financial institution, long-standing roots in British Columbia, and Ross and the team at 360 Vox with their development expertise and their ability to combine tourism into this urban resort that we're all talking about. With that being said, we're excited to show you the roughly $550 million project, 2 hotels, 40,000 square feet of meeting space, and a relocated casino, and most importantly, a great design. So with that, we'll go ahead and share the video.
So I think everyone will agree. Thank you. What's quite fascinating about this, Scott and I and our team throughout Canada actually started talking through this process, and we like to be involved in iconic buildings, great design, and work with great people. And when we started joining forces, we certainly weren't overwhelmed by the original designs, and we talked to Scott and his team directly about being involved in something that was truly going to be iconic. People say that. And what we also felt very proud of it, this is designed in Canada, built here in BC, and it is for the world. Most of us that have been here for a long period of time know and understand the history of Vancouver. Well, the last 20 years have been quite remarkable in terms of who's coming here, why they're coming. Every time I actually get off a plane and actually go into the Vancouver airport, I feel like phoning David Emerson and thanking him for the vision that he had. Was very involved in Whistler myself, and a number of our team were very involved there. And there are a lot of people that really didn't understand the visions that people had here in British Columbia. So we believe this urban resort is going to be a next generation urban resort, not only for Vancouver, but all of Canada, and will be truly next generation worldwide. Again, we do work in multiple jurisdictions all over the world, and it really is very, very exciting for us to actually turn around and have something like this right here in our backyard. And the real star of today is the design, and I want to introduce Martin Buckner from IBI, who leads our architectural team. Thanks.
Thank you, Ross, and thank you all for coming here. My name is Martin Bruckner. I'm a partner and director of IBI Group, and we are the architects of record for this project. And I'm fortunate to be able to help lead the architectural team for this exciting project. Our architectural team includes ACDF and RCOP architects who have created this unique and iconic vision for the project. This project will fit into an emerging entertainment and mixed-use neighborhood that is becoming established here. It will create a new streetscape on Smythe Street, which will interconnect with the existing street grid and the adjacent BC Place and nearby Rogers Arena. And it will provide a link for pedestrians and cyclists to the seawall, as well as westward toward Yaletown and Marina side. The building's mixed uses will support existing and future users and residents of the area. The design of the building responds uniquely to mountain views of the North Shore Mountains, and it evokes the natural mountain environment in its architectural design. We are very excited to be involved in this project and look forward to its execution. Thank you.
One of the other, as we brought this together, it's actually been a lot of late nights for a lot of people, again, across Canada. The partner that we are in advanced discussions with is JW Marriott. I'm very excited to work with the Marriott team, especially as a conference facility. This will give a lot of life and a lot of blood to what is the overall complex. Again, it is over 550 rooms. They are 4- and 5-star. So the concept is to have a JW Marriott hotel and then have an Autograph hotel as well that would be, again, uniquely branded. And one of the things that we really pride ourselves in is understanding the local culture and actually not taking a formula-based concept and taking it to a new resort. And again, in this sense, Vancouver, for most of us, understand when we say urban resort, it is a playground. I've been dealing with a lot of people in Toronto, New York, and other places around the world that try to understand our real estate values or how our income and debt levels and things like that, but they just don't get it unless you live here. So again, what we think we're bringing here is truly unique. We think the team is incredibly diverse, exciting. We look forward to having this facility opening in 2016, and all of you in terms of that grand opening. Thanks.
Okay, folks, we could do some Q&As now. What I ask is we're gonna have a mic on you, those in the media, just so we can capture it. Any questions you have?
We don't need the mic.
You don't need the mic? You don't need the mic, Brian.
How is this dramatically different from the proposal that was turned down by City Council, and why do you think this one will fly?
Well, I think of the two different complexes. This complex, sorry. So this complex is truly, we've got two signature hotel properties, conference facilities. What was actually turned down in 2011 was they actually increasing the size of the gaming casino. We are not increasing the gaming size of the casino. We're simply relocating the existing casino into a brand-new facility.
City Council has seen this already. What was the response?
I think City Council was happy that we listened to them. The zoning application was approved as long as we didn't expand gaming. So it's a relocation of the existing 600 machines and 75 table games that we're currently operating right across the street at the current Edgewater. So
You don't think you're gonna have any problem getting it through then?
No, the application that we're submitting is totally compliant with the bylaw that was enacted by City Council in November 2011. And it also incorporates all the comments by council, by the urban design panel, by all the different staff departments of the city. And we think it's totally compliant with that bylaw. And just to clarify, City Council did not turn down this project. They actually approved the whole project in the form of development. What they did not approve was the expansion of the number of gaming devices. But as Scott said, we're just moving the Edgewater across the street.
Does the design allow or provide for expansion of the gaming facilities at a later date?
we're not contemplating that right now. As I said, we heard very clearly from City Council that it was 600 machines and 75 table games. So we are going into this reconcepting the resort as an urban resort with much more emphasis on the hotel rooms, the engagement to BC Place and the surrounding entertainment areas. So.
And that was also why Scott and I began discussions, and Scott talked to others, that we'd look through a different business plan completely. And this addresses that business plan.
Anybody else?
How do,
Sorry, go ahead.
this is a much expanded sort of conference center. There's numerous conference centers in Vancouver now. I guess what kind of market research do you have that says there's room for the size of what you're building?
That's a great question. You know, we don't see this as a competitive to any of the other facilities in town. We see it as an add-on. You know, having been involved very extensively in the conference and convention business myself, I can tell you that this facility will augment everything else that's going on in the city. We're now attracting 5,000 and 6,000 plus conventions to the city. Those conventions that come in here need multiple venues, and we think that this will do that very, very well.
And I think it's important to note that, you know, we really look at ourselves as a complement to Rogers Arena and BC Place, who already have so much entertainment and meetings and conferencing going on there. They just don't have the full amenities of a hotel and a restaurant nearby. So with that and partnered with the extensive background that Marriott has continued to pour into this marketplace, they operate hotels here. They certainly don't want to cannibalize any of their own stuff. They are very confident that this would be an addition to the community and to the tourism overall.
Is the city of Vancouver represented here today?
Excuse me?
Is the city of Vancouver represented here today?
No, this is,
No, I think that this announcement is really between us and Dundee, and I know that we've communicated very much with the city. And I think that we're going to leave that over to the design team for the next little while.
Sorry, this might be in the package somewhere, but so the ownership split of the project, what will that be?
We're very proud to be 50-50 partners in this.
And why does this model with the fewer numbers of machines that Paragon had work business-wise for Paragon? I mean, that's your model, right, casinos? So what is changed in this that says, oh, we can make this work? Because previously you needed 1,500 machines to make it work?
Well, I think, again, that's a great question, and I think over a period of time, we've seen the great success that BC Place has continued. When we were going through City Council, BC Place wasn't remodeled yet. So we've seen the continued growth in number of attendances in BC Place, and quite honestly, we've looked at other projects within North America, like LA Live, which has continued to formulate this model of sports franchises, entertainment, hotel conferencing as a part of the overall tourism industry for the downtown core. So
Yeah,
I think the model's evolved from a real estate perspective, but I think
Yeah, very
Ross
much,
can
and I
speak with
think,
that.
one of the reasons that attracted us to the project had nothing to do with the casino. I'm not a person that's actually been in a casino maybe 2 or 3 times in my life. What we looked at here was the vitality of the area. If you walk around BC Place Stadium today, or this afternoon, you won't see much activity. There's activity around the stadium when there's a Lions game or Whitecaps game. We think that this facility, with the 500-plus hotel rooms, conference facilities, entertainment venues, is a viable concept on its own. We believe that there's a real place for the brands that we're talking to, and we believe that the actual specific area in this is going to benefit greatly from this development.
Just to clarify the percentage of ownership, there's 3 companies here, you said it's 50/50, so how does that work?
Well, Dundee Corporation is a 50/50 partner through, with Paragon on the overall development. 360 Vox is an operating partner. We happen to be owned, a significant part of our company is owned by Dundee Corporation, and that's how the structure works.
So Paragon has 50%?
Yeah, Paragon and Dundee are 50/50% owners, and 360 Vox is our development partner, and will be leading the development for us.
It's a good question, though. I was wondering the same thing. Give a little history there. I mean, we founded Sotheby's International Realty here about 8 years ago, myself and 1 employee, and we've grown that business to one of the fastest growing Canadian companies. And it's an evolution of where we were going, and we've actually attracted a lot of the great people that we worked with. Most of us worked with together at Interwest, and we worked in 26 different resorts around the world. So when you look at the development team that are working on this, we also today manage over 14,000 hotel rooms, Fairmounts and otherwise throughout North America. The opportunity, again, I'm repeating myself, but to actually do this in our backyard with this backdrop is very, very exciting to us, and we couldn't be happier.
One more question.
Can you define urban resort and how you see this working within Vancouver in relation to, if you could compare it to another one somewhere?
Yeah.
And, up and running on a given day, can you define how many people you would have in convention, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think just as we looked at LA Live as kind of another business model, I think in the gaming industry, you could point to cities like New Orleans or Cleveland, where in the past 5 years, they've started to allow gaming into those communities. And in the downtown core, they had problems either with filling hotel rooms or tourism. So the casinos went in there are very additive to the downtown core, where you have hotel managers that have agreements with the casinos and hotels and restaurants. And more importantly, entertainment is one of our biggest drivers for a casino. People don't just come for the casino, they come because of the whole entertainment experience. And if you would look at either one of those communities and our ability to partner with the museums and the symphony and all of the great things you have here in Vancouver, I think it's just a great fit for everybody.
Convention size?
Convention size is about 40,000 square feet, a meeting space.
Because a lot of these things literally we're not completely finalized in terms of some of the design elements that the city will have comments back on. So obviously, we're not going to step forward and say that this is exactly what it is, because we are looking for comments back from the city on a number of issues. And as well as within the business plan, a lot of thinking's going on. A lot of those discussions will be with our partners at JW Marriott. They are the reason we're really down the road with them, as they are one of the best convention conference operators in the world. And so a lot of thinking's going into that process. And obviously, even through the design process to date, a lot's there, but we still have some minor tweaks to do as well.
I think another aspect in answer to your question is this is really a different model, as was said earlier. And one of the ironies is a lot of people have said, you know, a Las Vegas casino. The previous project was a destination casino, and we've heard clearly from City Council that that's not to be here. This project is based on a real estate model that's more based on hospitality and conferencing, and the 2,000 jobs and the $184 million of economic benefit are going to come from those activities. And the reason it works is, unlike Vegas, where people spend billions of dollars to replicate entertainment and events in a casino to hold the traffic, we have that all here surrounding the project area. So an urban resort really integrates with the surrounding area and integrates with all the amenities that are in Yaletown, Chinatown, Robson Street, and what's emerging in Falls Creek, which is going to be very exciting between what Canadian Metropolitan Properties is doing, Concord Pacific's doing. It's going to be a vibrant neighborhood, and we believe in that in the future of it.
Okay, thanks, folks. Oh,
No, one more.
I don't really have a question. I'm personally offended there's no condominiums.
So,
I think that, you know, our hats off to you that you're respecting what the city would ask for, and you're bringing 2,000 ongoing jobs to our city. You know, we're a city without head offices. We're not a financial center, and our hats off to you. You can see there's a lot of scrutiny happening in the room, but this is jobs, and I think it's very important to the vibrancy of downtown. Thank you.
great. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming. I believe most people have your packages already, and if you need any information, you can get that from site10a as well, .com.